Well, listen, if you go to Paris Saint-Germain, you only go for one thing. You've got to win the Champions League. If you don't, you move them on. That's it.
Well, he reaps what he sows. He agitated to get out with it, but he hadn't got his feet under the desk before he was linking himself to the Manchester United job. First season round, Lille will win La Ligue, so there was no great success there. He wins the French Cup. He's done what everyone else has done at PSG, which is win their league. You know, I think people are saying, oh, you know, it's very difficult. He's had to manage Neymar, Mbappe, Messi. Oh, give me a break. You wanted these players, they're in the framework, and there's an argument about how these clubs are able to meet financial fair play by having them. I've always felt that he's a bridesmaid. I've always felt that people look at him and then give him this standing that I don't think he merited. When he was considered to be the shoe-in for Man United, I'm like, based upon
he was good at Spurs. Come on, he was good at Spurs. That team that he built at Spurs was fantastic.
And won what?
I mean, you live and die like that, I guess. But it took, you know, it was close against Liverpool in the Champions League final. Dreadful final, but that was close.
But the bottom line is that there was closeness. Why did Liverpool beat Chelsea in 2 finals in penalty shootouts, which neither team could score in? Because there's a margin between an X Factor manager and someone that's not.
You know, when you say X Factor, he's obviously going to come back and he's going to want to go to the Premier League. Don't you think he gets a top 6 job?
No.
No.
Who? Where? To whom?
When you say a top 6 job, who does he get the job?
If a vacancy does come up in one of those clubs.
No, I actually thought, I've got to be honest with you, without him winning anything, I thought he did well at Spurs I liked his brand of football.
He did, absolutely right.
I'm not going to argue with that.
He did. There's no doubt about that. He did well. But when we're talking about Tottenham Hotspur and we're talking about a team in the top 6, now Tottenham Hotspur are there, unless you're going to make a case for him to go back to Tottenham, you're going to make a case for him to go to Arsenal. Because I think that would still be a difficult barrier to cross. It would be like crossing the Rubicon going from from Tottenham to Arsenal. So where does he land? Does he land in Chelsea? Does he land in Liverpool? Does he land in Man City, Man United?
Don't you think he's got the gravitas to be a top manager?
I don't think he's got any gravitas.
You don't think he's got any gravitas?
No, gravitas is based upon winning things.
But Eddie, you're saying the top 6.
French league.
He's got yeah, but that's a piddly-pop league.
I know, but when you're saying the top 6, when you're saying the top 6, Eddie, you're saying Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal, Man United. Which job does he get then?
You know, it's funny
We're in the same place, right?
Yeah,
potentially. Potentially, and look, we're talking maybe next season. Newcastle, so the season after, probably next. Newcastle, I think, will be a top 6 club eventually.
So
do
why?
You not think he's better option than Eddie Howe?
It's hang on a minute. On the basis, listen, you can only talk at the moment. At the time when he was at Tottenham, he did a very good job.
He did.
At this moment in time, Eddie Howe's doing a very, very good job at Newcastle. Yeah, of course his stock dropped. When he took the money to go to Paris Saint-Germain, for me, his stock dropped. He went there for money because that's what you get. You get paid a bucket load of money. Then you've got the league doesn't count.
I'm telling you
because that's a gimme. That's a gimme.
If any of the top 6 managers were to get sacked tomorrow,
yes,
he will be one of the favourites to land those jobs.
Of course, he'll be linked.
Yeah, no, one of the favourites. It will be second or third favourites to get any of those top 6 jobs.
But that's just because the media take the path of least resistance to be able to find a story on the back of it. Look, the bottom line is, if he drops back into English football, yes, I can see him landing at Aston Villa if Steven Gerrard doesn't do what's required of him.
He'll go big.
You know, or whether he ends back at Southampton as some sort of twist of irony after Hasenhüttl stops crying and loses his job.
You think he's going to go from Paris Saint-Germain to Southampton?
Well, I think I don't know. Well, maybe not, but maybe he's come back into the English Premier League. Where let me reverse the question on you. I'm sure he can go anywhere around the world within a reasonable level of expectation. Whether he goes back to Espanyol and manages there or something of that nature, right? But where could you see him landing in the Premier League then? What case could you make for him to be landing in one of the elite jobs in the Premier League?
I don't know if it's elite, but I'm going to go to a former Premier League champion, FA Cup winners, Leicester City.
Well,
you can make that case.
No, but that is the one I've just
Brendan
looked
Rodgers,
at.
we know, is thin ice there right now, isn't it?
That is the one I've just looked at, because if you're looking at even the top 10 or 11, you're looking after the top 6, West Ham, Leicester, Wolves, Aston Villa, Everton. Those are your teams that he could likely pick up a job. So maybe Leicester if Brendan Rodgers moved on.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
It's funny that neither of you think of him as an elite manager.
No, I listen, when you say an elite manager, if you're talking about elite manager, you've got to have been winning trophies.
Yeah, he's a top manager. He's not an elite manager.
He's not elite.
Yeah.
Okay, a top manager, I think will get a job in the top 6, but just Adi Oladipo opinion over Simon Jordan and Carlton Palmer. More from us when we come back.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.